Good afternoon. My name is Shirai Hajai, and thanks for watching. I'm sorry about the outbursts earlier video, but I'm under emotional distress, alarming emotional distress. Part 2 of this video, the time is 4:00 p.m. on July 26, 2018. I'm inside my apartment. And I'm having a hell of a time with issues with the public. When I go out in public or they camp outside my apartment and shout from passing highway what they think of me for no apparent reason. For over a decade, this has been going on behind my back under my original name. And no one told me that they were impersonating me, if you understand, false impersonating me. In order to get around it, I guess, what they did was deny that I was the original on paper. Even though my picture looked like one thing, they were letting other people use it like a template under my credentials. They indicated that I wasn't sick. They targeted me over my disability, my neck. You see it's even swollen from this morning because I sit up and I'm not supposed to see how, you see this, it's moving all the way around to the right side. It's all the way up and my neck hurt all the way up to the back of my ear. You see it's swollen. For what I understand from the public, when I out in public, people I don't know, I'm not related to, never been acquainted to, I'm not a social butterfly, but I'm constantly in a continuous violation being stalked, and I don't understand why. I have no connections to these people, but they recognize me. And it's not because of this video or any of it. This was going on before the videos. This has been going on prior to the videos starting to be made. And the only reason why I did this is because I have no leverage. If I call attorneys, no attorney would take my case. No one knew this. And I figured out because they're probably representing somebody on my paperwork. I've called the Bar Association, no one. They're claiming that I'm just making things up, even though I have a recording of these problems, what they think of me. And for what I understand from the people unknown to me in the public, but come around me, some, not all bad, but majority of them are bad. And what they say to me is humiliating, distressful. I wanted to commit suicide because they falsely accusing me of male. I'm being denied opportunity. I guess I was denied employment because they claim I was a male and didn't hire a male under my paperwork. That's exactly what they did. That's what I was told. I was displaced and found out somebody in law enforcement uniform was impersonating me since 2004. When I mentioned this to you, it was a male who was impersonating me in law enforcement, and no one never told me. And it's happening again. They did it a second time under my second identity. The same thing is occurring again. Only reason why I found out about him, he showed up and told me he lost his job. He was impersonating me in 2004 as a law enforcement officer. I don't know what state, I don't know what county or what capacity. He said he lost it because he was impersonating me and I didn't know anything about it. Never saw him before in my life. It happened, this occurrence occurred in April, around the 27 or 28. I was in Naperville, Cinema 6. It's in the little strip mall. Getting ready to watch Mirror, Mirror. It was in the evening. And he showed up with this other woman. He said he was a gay male, was personating me as a police officer. Never saw him before in my life. And no one ever told me he was personating me. Until that day. And I never saw him again. And he told me that he had still access to some system that they were stalking me on. That's all I know about it. I lost everything. And when they forged me, I became embedded and grossly targeted with consumer fraud. They stole my house. They forged my house away. Less than 6 months, it was in foreclosure. And I never got the proceeds. I never got the money. Richard was another race. And he was a gay guy. I don't even know how he got to my information. When I was living 230 miles away from here, before I moved here, I had a property manager where I was leasing my apartment. She left the early part of 2015. Yeah, around maybe April of 2015, and they hired this gay guy as a property manager. I didn't talk to him much. There were no interaction with basically rent-related stuff, but I didn't talk to him much. But did nobody harass him? Did nobody call him? He was flamboyant. Nobody targeted him. But they claim I look like a male to them. Okay, my hairdo or something. But it's unbelievable what they did. And I have cancer. Everybody just want to take advantage of me. And the people that's personating me, from what I understand behind this method, they couldn't prove it. They knew they lied. The reporting people knew these people did not look like me. He or she did not look like me, and they couldn't prove it. So to get around it, they had the people target me. I'm being publicly targeted. I don't know if they state actors. I don't know who these people are. But they really tell me what they think. I had people come to me and tell me they didn't choose me under my own paperwork. They already had my life already planned out to be a nobody. But they can get the job under my credentials. That's a hard pill to swallow when they tell you, you can't be you, but somebody else can. So to get around this, they didn't want to go to court officially. So they targeted me like I was the wrong person. And almost got killed for it. I almost got killed for it. But I'm hurt now because of it. Everything I do is a problem. Everything I do is a problem to them. Everything I do is a problem. I don't even have to say anything. If you watch them on the surveillance, and I'm asking psychologists and psychiatrists, social scientists, it's something to see them in action. They don't want you to investigate it. They don't want nobody to look at them and their behavior pattern around me. And you should see my response. You know there's a problem by my look and my response. And I don't even know, for no apparent reason, none whatsoever. I could come in there with fully clothed, with my little blazer on, my pants, and they target me because I look decent. Somebody come in there half dressed. They don't say anything in those stores. They don't even follow them. They don't harass them. They have privacy. Everybody have privacy except me. I have to carry my business briefcase, my bags, because after everything I have, they steal everything from me. I went down to the laundry room and went in the 2013, 3 minutes, they opened the suitcase and stole almost all my tax returns. Not gone long. They were gone. Just like they did to me when they stole my keys on Tuesday, July 24th, when I was on the train. It is a hard pill to swallow when you try to live right and people trying to corrupt you. I had someone hear me in the heavens and came and tried to talk to me a few years ago. And he told me what my problem was. And I had to stay away from him. I go through and look at the data analysis, statistically, demographically. And he always want to keep me around them. They force me in this area because they're here. And I don't know anyone. I don't even talk to my family. The one that I was really close to, they ruined his life with something similar. I'm scared of people because of this problem, and I don't even interact with them. But they can't tell me what the problem is. That's what they're claiming. When I say they, I don't know who these people are. They just talk around me when I'm in the store. I have recording of some of this. They can't prove it. Or they want my education from me. And they have their own paperwork. That's what I can't understand. They have their own identity. It's not like they undocumented. These people have their own paperwork. Why can't they be helped on their own paperwork? I've been disenfranchised. My rights been superseded because of their needs of non-academic performances. They have bad credit. Or what's the other one? Oh, they want employment. They want employment. They don't have enough education, so they use my paperwork. I can't live like this. I can't continue to live like this. I'd be bombarded with garbage, with their mess every time I walk out the door, and I don't even know them. Not a one. For no apparent reason. They tell me what they think right away, or they have their children say it. They coach their children to say bad things. They will use profanity around me and then claim it came out of my mouth. And I didn't say a word. But they can't take me to court because they can't prove it. Who they're trying to protect, because they know I'm on my right paperwork. Isn't that interesting? I'm being targeted because they can't prove it. This would have been resolved many, many years ago if they took me to court. So they oppress me and deprivate my rights because they can't prove it. They could take facial recognition, they could take fingerprints, blood work, because I have a rare blood type. It would have ended it a decade ago. But yet they got together and conspired to control my life like a template. And I get no help. None whatsoever. They want me to accept what they've done to me, even though they have their own paperwork. Constitutionally, they protect it under their paperwork and mine. And I have no support mechanism whatsoever. Everybody want to reach out to me, and you know what they tell me? The first thing they do is insult me. And then they tell me that I'm a gay person. I mean, just already classify me, and I'm not. And I'm not. They get more rights than I do too. I have no rights. Anybody need? Put them on our paperwork. We don't like her. That's another thing. They don't like me, right? They don't like me. And I don't even know them. Never said a word to them. Not one. Why can't they get help or go back to school on their own paperwork? I had to go to school. So I'm kept in the bucket because they have no education, or I be targeted because I have an education and they don't. They claim life ain't fair. They should be in my shoes when they sit there and put them on my paperwork because life ain't fair to them. But they didn't do nothing to try to obtain something. They just personate people, and then we wind up displaced or on the streets because they're personating us. I have no rights legally. Everybody got a need. They just put them on somebody's paperwork instead of helping them on their own paperwork. Or if they don't like you, they'll forge you because they don't want you to live near them. But you're quiet. You don't bother nobody. But the drug pushers and all the criminals can live peacefully under your paperwork. They give them the opportunity before they give you one.